Right then, I'll be doing this video today, and I honestly did not think I would have to. The last few weeks, obviously, us not losing. We still haven't lost in 4 games, but still, we all know something needs to change. So yeah, today I will be talking more specifically on 3 managers I think could replace Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa. I'll talk about some others, but they don't really vary with the 3 I've got, written down. Just before I start the video as well, if you don't agree with it, if you do agree with it, please leave it in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you. And also, if you could subscribe to the channel, get us to 1,000 subscribers, and yeah, we'll just get straight into this video. Yeah, I won't be talking about the Nottingham game at all. I know it's been a few days since it. Yeah, we'll just go past that. But I've got 3 managers written down, and I know for sure we're going to get some comments, people disagree with my decisions, but I genuinely think these are the managers who can contend at the moment, who haven't got a job. That's vital, what I'm trying to say now. These are managers that aren't obviously in a job right now, so we can just go in, hopefully get the deal done. But first of all, I have got Sean Dyche. That might piss a few people off, obviously, coming from he started out at Watford under 18s, and then he actually became Watford manager. He was in the job for 368 days, 49 games, 17 wins, 16 draws, and 16 losses. Obviously, as his first actual managerial job. And obviously, for the job it was more famous for, Burnley manager, 3,454 days in management, 425 games, 152 wins, 114 draws, and 159 losses. But obviously there's a big point there. He was working with very few, well, not really much money as well. And, he did get quite a lot of success with Burnley. Obviously, get on promoted a few times. I believe he did get into the Conference League at one point. I could be wrong with that. But with Sean Dyche, the thing that I like about him, he's got that persona. Like, I'm not saying he's quite like Dean Smith, but you could tell he would have that connection with the fans. He would have that connection with the players. And he's not a dickhead at all, like, in the sense, like, he doesn't know football, he knows football. And I think once you get him into a squad like Villa, with a lot of money, ambitious owners, I think you could see a really good structured side, great manager, and, for once he will be working with some dosh. So next on my list might come as another surprise, but I thought, do you know what, it does sort of make sense. So I've gone Thomas Tuchel. I'll just look at his, managerial profile. He was at Augsburg manager, Mainz manager, Dortmund manager, obviously PSG manager, and Chelsea manager. But we'll be just talking about the Chelsea manager job because obviously he's in the Premier League. So he was a manager for 589 days, 99 games, 62 wins, 19 draws, and 18 losses. So that doesn't actually look too bad to me. And also, we have to mention, he did get the Champions League with them. And obviously, a big point there. Obviously, Chelsea, miles in front of us. Greater chance of winning the trophies, Champions Leagues, everything around that. But with Thomas Tuchel, he's another one. Like, I think he could... I'm not saying he'd have that connection with the fans or anything like that, but that's honestly what I want anyway. But we know we'll be seeing great football. We'll be seeing a manager who wants to go for the trophies, who wants to push high in the table, who wants probably like top 6. And yeah, that's the only way I could see us really getting him if we were really going to be pushing for European places. I don't think he would come to a club who aren't anywhere near that. But, I think he'll probably be enticed by Villa, with our owners obviously being very ambitious and everything. But yeah, I think he's definitely a contender there. Before I get into the third manager, I do have to apologise for the noise if you do hear some. There's quite a lot of stuff going on outside, but it's obvious who I'm going to say. Pochettino. It has to be Pochettino, don't it? Like, out of everyone I've said, Pochettino would be the dream manager for Aston Villa. And I think, more than the majority of Villa fans will say that. But yeah, I'll just get his profile up now. He obviously managed Espanyol, Southampton, Spurs. He had a great record at Spurs, 1,967 days in management, 293 games, 160 wins, 60 draws and 73 losses in that time. I know the losses might sound big, but in 1,967 days, it's not big. It's not really that big, is it? And obviously went to PSG. Didn't really work out much. Obviously 56 wins, 13 draws, 15 losses. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there. But with Pochettino, I think we could potentially entice him to come to Villa, purely because he'll see our ambitions, what our owners want from the club, and the players and everything. He'll know, like, if he gets in, he can really structure his own squad. He'll have, you know, the budget to do so. And we've seen it before with him. He does bring in some great signings. And yeah, I can definitely see him having that really good connection with the fans, having that fatherly instinct with the players. And, you know, I could see us going places. I'm not saying top 4 straight away or, you know, top 6 or anything. I could see him, like, you know, if he was to come in right now, which it's just not going to happen, is it? I think we will just probably sell Gerrard. But if he came right now, I could see us getting top 10. I think this season would be very early to get the, you know, European places, but, you know, he's definitely one of them managers who will be part of that project, and, you know, in times to come we will be in Europe again, and that is where we should be. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about my 3 managers I think could potentially manage Aston Villa. In my opinion, I cannot see Gerrard getting the sack before or even after the World Cup, to be fair. I think our owners, obviously Purslow, will stick with him. In my opinion, if we're going to be ambitious and that, Gerrard is just not the man. And I'm not going to slag him off. I'm not going to say this and that about him. I just don't think he is the manager who should be managing Aston Villa. And I don't think he's the match for us. And yeah, as I said, well, Pochettino would be the dream. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Please subscribe to the channel, get us to 1,000 subscribers, and yeah, up the Villa with the pride of Villa. We'll see you in the next video.